we're live.
All right. All right. Episode 22, Waffle and Grits. We're back. Why do I feel like it's been so long? I was just here last week. It feels like maybe it's a long week, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how y'all feel about it. It's feel like it's been a long time, bro. Anyways, we're back. This is Waffle and Grits podcast, episode 22. We are here. And man, there's a lot going on out there, man. There's a lot going on. But let me before I get into my, soliloquy, let me introduce my esteemed guest. We got in the right corner, Aisha, Lioness.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What's up?
No, no, no. We're gonna run that back. This is
Nope,
my
that's all
esteemed
I
guest.
got. It's I'm tired. I'm tired.
What? You
What
gotta
y'all
give the
want from
people what
me?
they want.
They want. I don't care what they want. Not tonight.
Whoa,
They
chat.
they
Let's
want the authentic Aisha, okay?
chat,
That's
chat.
authentic as me just chilling. What up, chat? How y'all doing? How
Okay,
y'all live? How
okay.
y'all
All
living? How
right.
y'all living? Do I need to
All
punch you in
right.
the face? Yes, I do.
Oh God,
That yeah, that's her right.
Is
That's
that
her.
better? That
That's
better?
her. That's
Trying to be
her. Yep.
peaceful over here.
That's crazy. And we got to our left, um, the radical Rube.
yes, hello guys.
So we just quiet
Is
on
that it?
her.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
quiet.
that's all
No,
right.
no, no. That's the way
That's
you
all
We
to
right.
give me a
quiet.
seat. You
We
give me
just
a
quiet on that
chance.
one.
What you
I
mean?
know that
Listen,
needed
if
to be out
Aisha
immediately.
gets
That was
no,
dry. That was
What?
dry.
I didn't even get a chance.
Nah, I'm not gonna
Anyways,
let it.
listen.
Scott,
I'm not
y'all,
gonna let
listen,
it.
chat,
Mm-mm.
listen, y'all gotta forgive us, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a long week, man. It really has. But there's a lot going on. And before I go any further, Ruby, that's how you want to address your guest. That's it.
But I feel like that's what I usually do, right? Like, hey guys, I'm what is it, Radical Rubes that you call me, or Ruby Ramen? I don't know anymore. But
Okay,
yep.
okay. All right, all right. Well, it's good to see you back. It's good to see you here, actually, guys. And let me just say this, man. It's gonna be a sad couple of weeks, man. She's not gonna be with us for the next couple of weeks, guys. She's gonna be on a well-deserved vacation, man.
Yeah.
And I won't be around to. Well, she won't be around for me to bother her anymore. So she gets, a
I'm
chance
not
to.
coming back, guys. I have to say that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Uh,
No, no, I will.
well,
I'm gonna enjoy myself, you know.
yeah,
I'll come
absolutely.
back. Yeah, I'll
We
come
all
back.
deserve a vacation. We all deserve a vacation, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I had a vacation. Now Ruby, the only person that don't get a vacation is yours truly.
What you mean? I'm
Like,
going on another vacation in 2 weeks.
it's
Oh
exactly my
wow, look
point.
at
Exactly
that.
my point.
I'm getting up out of here. I'm about to go celebrate my birthday. I ain't
Wait a
gonna
minute. I thought you
be.
were coming here for your birthday.
I said spring break. Calm
Oh,
down.
okay, okay, okay. That's March. So next year, but yeah, it's March.
She said you gotta wait.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Let me
we gotta,
live.
we got some. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Listen, chat. I think you know what we might live stream it, God, chat. We might live stream it. We won't show our faces, but you'll see everything else. We might live stream what's going on, man. That'll be kind of fun. With that being said, I think we should. I mean, y'all ready? I mean, first of all, before I jump into it, you guys doing okay? How's your week?
Mm,
It's
Mm.
mm.
been long for
It's been a long
sure.
week, man. It's
Too
been a long
long.
week.
Too long. I don't know why it's dragging.
Yeah, man. When I don't
It,
hear from y'all, man, I feel like everything stops, man. So, but we're here. We're here. It's good and good for you to be back, guys. It's good to be back. Let me stop procrastinating. Let me jump right into this bitch. So, anyways, a lot's been going on. It's the World Cup going on, guys. The World Cup. And let me just say this. Let me say this, if I may. If I may,
I guess.
the World Cup. I am not a fan of soccer like that. I just don't
Football.
really see. You know what? I was chastised about calling it football. Again, all I know is American football. To me, it's
Lame.
soccer.
No.
So
Lame. Lame. Lame.
I wish. I mean, I know it's not rocket science. You got to get the ball into the goal, so I can follow that much. When people be getting flags and things like that, I'm not sure what's going on. I got a text in the chat, man, talking about one of our goalies. They were trying to get him the fuck up out of here, and I was like, whoa, whoa, what's going on? And
Not a
one of my,
goalie. A striker.
oh, striker. Oh man, see, you can tell I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
do.
forgive me.
Yeah. Yeah. Let that go.
I don't watch that. But yeah, anyways, my boy Hamster, he was having a conniption with a capital K. Okay. And he was very displeased. And the whole time, Aisha was like, this is par for the course. The U.S. has never been good. And
No,
it hurt me to hear this
it hurt
because
me.
she like, don't hurt me. That's crazy.
I felt fine.
She lives right here. Right here, the good red, red, white, and blue, baby. But she don't care, man.
No.
But anyways, I'm looking at it from the perspective. I'm just like, man, look, man, if because it's the World Cup. I'm like, okay, well, everybody's watching this. Everybody's watching this, and I'm like, man, I must be missing out, man. I don't see y'all can watch people run up and down the field for 98 minutes, bro. You know, fighting for their lives.
Just 90. Don't go embarrassing me now. Just 90 minutes. 90. 90. Stop embarrassing me.
Look, I already told you I don't watch them. If you talk about basketball, football, I got you. But soccer, I'm just as clueless as like watching golf or tennis, man. So it's just not my cup of tea. But anyways, I mean, from what I've been watching, it's been pretty competitive, guys. And it's this. And before I get into the controversies, let me go around the panel really quickly. Let me start with Ruby. Okay, I'm gonna go because I know how Aisha feels. Let me start with Ruby. Ruby, yeah. So first of all, do you watch soccer?
No, I don't watch soccer like that. The only time I've ever watched it was growing up when there was hype to it with the family. But other than that,
yes,
I
your
don't watch
culture
it
be
like
pissed
that.
off because Mexico was out there fighting for their life and they didn't even have you.
I should have watched
They
it.
didn't
Like
have
thinking
you.
back, I'm like, ooh,
If you would have watched, they would have won.
Exactly. Could have
I
won
know,
if you
right?
were supportive.
That's crazy. Your old
All the
country,
Mexican
man.
fans that are watching, kick her out of her
Oh
society.
no,
Kick her out the
please!
society.
I'll make up for it.
You
Okay.
ain't make them. They went home.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
knew that you did.
They would have home.
It
They're
was sad.
gone.
I was trying. Our Mexican fans, I was rooting for you.
Me too.
I
Me
was
too.
Don't lie to them.
I had
No,
I
I was
had my
voting for them.
parlay on them. Okay, I done lost money. I done put a parlay up on them.
I was watching them at work simply because, like, Rube, because I know Rube. I mean, that's her fam. So I'm rooting for them, the Mexicans, to go out there and put boot to ass.
Okay, let me just say this. The reason why at this point is because when it comes to sports and stuff, I feel like a lot of it is already like, how'd you say it? Like it's staged in a way. Like they already know.
Excuses.
No.
Objection, Your Honor.
I did not want to see my people fail. So in my heart,
did
I'm
good.
like,
Mexico's good.
Mexico literally went undefeated.
Yeah, Mexico's good.
Where are they at? Did they make it?
This is the World Cup.
They lost one match out of literally everything, and it sent them home. But they literally won every match.
That's crazy.
Zero pay.
Why?
Mexican community
I have a
kick
question.
her out. Excommunicate
Wait, so
her.
if they were that good, why is it that one match just did it? I don't understand.
Because it's the stage that they were in. Once you get out of the group stages, you move on to the round of 16. The round of 32. They won the round of 32. They got to round of 16. They played a very good, strong team, and they got sent home. They did their 3 matches already and won all 3 of those matches. Once you get to the rounds, you're done. It's one and done. That's why Germany's gone. That is why the Netherlands are gone. That's why Brazil's gone. We're in that closing things. You know, we're about to be starting the quarterfinals soon. So we got to get to the finals. We can't be sitting there having all these 30,000 matches. I can't take that.
Yeah, man.
It's already stressing me.
And the thing about it is too, but I know they were listening. The Mexicans were in the locker room praying. Like, listen, if Ruby Ramen or the Radical Group just would have supported us, we could have won it. We could have went back with the sombreros, and everything else, and we could have won this. But no, she wasn't there for us.
I agree.
Let us down. Let us down. Anyways, let's move on, man. It's a disgrace. Aisha, talk to me. Little Haiti. What's going on with them?
Well, what's up?
Haiti, how they doing?
I'm not mad at them for a country that it's literally been almost 50 years since the last time they've been in a World Cup. They did good.
Shout out to Haiti, man.
Yes, they did not win, but they took it to those teams.
The world
Those
stage,
teams,
baby.
those teams did not decimate them. They didn't go out 9-1 or 9-0. They literally had to make those teams work, including having Scotland cheat. And they scored 2 points against a very strong team, Morocco. So I'm very proud of them. I'm not going to be mad at it and be like, oh, they didn't win, they're not going to win, or whatever. You know what? It's just great to see your country representing you. Like you said, on the world stage. That's just a thing. I've never, in all the years, I was born in the 90s, never once seen Haiti play. So just hearing that they made it is just a peak for all of us. That's just a goal. Maybe next year, now that they know, they keep working hard, they do it again, maybe we'll go further.
And the thing about it is, and we're going to get into this, you would think that the World Cup brings us all together, and it did for most people. And I don't even watch it. It's a beautiful thing, man. Listen, the world is in peril right now. There's wild stuff going on right now, guys. But one thing we had in common was the World Cup. And we all came together for the World Cup. I saw faces of all different ethnicities and races and everything. All right, just a melting pot of just everybody, rooting for their team. It was a beautiful thing to see right here in America. Yeah. And with that being said, let's talk about America. The U.S. soccer team was a abomination, and I'm gonna say it. And again, and you know what? It pisses me off. I should stand up for this because I don't even watch soccer. I don't even watch soccer, and I got up because I saw America was in here, and I thought they were out here putting in work, putting boot to ass.
He never listened to me. He don't listen. When I speak to him, he puts his blockers on his ears and doesn't listen.
You do that? You do that to her?
Yeah, I feel like that because I told him about that about many years. Many years I told him. 4 years ago, I told him about that, but no, they don't want to listen to me. But go ahead.
Look, I wanted to believe that it would have been magical. America to be able to get there and take home the gold.
Yeah, it would have been snowing in America in summer if that happened. It would have snowed in America in the summer if that had happened.
Look, and his thing, from my understanding, like you said, the strike, it was not my apology. It wasn't a goalie, it was a striker. It was chat. I apologize, forgive me. Again, I don't watch soccer like that, but I was invested. Okay. And when America was making it through round, and when I heard before this round with Belgium, okay, that our striker got, suspended. I heard the president was trying to get involved. Hey, this is America. What y'all doing, man? Get him back in there. Okay. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what happened. But anyways, allegedly, after all the controversy, he was back. He was back, man. And all that controversy just for them to go out there and stink up the place.
Pure karma. That's what they get. That is exactly what they get because people calling on the president to get involved in sports is stupid. So yes, I was ready. I won my parlay. I put all my money on Belgium and I won my parlay. I said decimated it. This house was proud because y'all not coming up in here jacking and doing all that. That's a disgrace. That's right. I was up in here. I got my Belgium. I had my Belgium shirt. I had my Romelu Lukaku jersey on. I said,
crazy.
Let's go.
She's in America. Y'all hear this?
I don't care. I sure did. Okay? I sure did. And this ain't worried about no America. This is a true football fan. I am a true World Cup fan. So I understand the logistics of the game. I understand that is not how we do it. No country has ever done that. Called on politics, their president, their prime minister to get something changed. They either accepted it or they, as the team, they went and tried to appeal it. But they've never done that. And I've never seen in all my years of watching it, like I said, in the 90s, nobody has ever, got it overturned.
So my question is this then. Because again, from my understanding, I don't watch football like that. But everybody kept saying it was controversial and a bad call. And again, I didn't see it, to be fair, but a lot of people were saying that, which is probably why they tried to get.
But the thing is, and that's fine.
Was it controversial though? Was it
I
when you
I
saw?
don't I don't really remember
Okay.
because that game also played while I was also at work. So I did,
Okay. Okay.
you miss bits and pieces. There
Hmm.
are always going to be controversial calls when it comes to football in many sports. There are bad calls, people getting yellow cards that are not deserving of yellow cards, not deserving of red. But like I
Hmm.
stated before, they don't call on the president of their country, the prime minister of the country, to get involved in a sports. If they had a problem, there are appeal processes that the team should have done.
So you're saying that the U.S. got special treatment,
It seems like that.
or was the red card actually unfair? Now,
No,
again, I
I'm
didn't
saying,
see.
and I'm saying it could have been unfair. That's exactly what I'm saying. It really could have, but the teams have the right to appeal. What I'm saying is to call on the leader, the president, prime minister, to get involved over sports is ridiculous. You
You
do
think it's
it
too far? Okay.
internally. Yes, that's where it's too far. There is always going to be controversy because the same thing happened with Ronaldo from Portugal. Apparently he was in that kind of same situation, but the Portugal prime minister or whatever did not get involved. The team appealed it.
So okay. So I
And
mean,
then they
again,
handle it. You don't mix sports with politics. And I don't know if Trump actually did, but he was of course doing him talking about I made a few calls. You know him. He said he did something. So I'm basing this off of what he is saying.
so let me
Doesn't
ask you.
make it true or not, but he like talking.
So
Go ahead.
let me ask this. Let me ask this. Does the soccer or FIFA have a credibility problem? Because I've heard that too. I've heard people complain about like because again, when it when it comes to now politics and sports politics are different, but sports politics is a you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people like I heard. Listen, I heard you and Hamster talking about Messi. Y'all were going off about Messi.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
want to
Can't
uppercut
stand him.
Messi to the
Yes,
stratosphere.
straight to the
Oh
throat. Wait, yeah.
God.
Oh, give me. Oh, well, if I see him, I'm putting my foot to his throat.
Trying to tell you.
But people
So
understand this first. I have never been a Messi fan. I
damn,
want the world to
people
know
love
I
Messi
have
now.
never
Yep,
been
he's
a
famous.
Messi fan. I have never been a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. I have never been into that. So I'm not on that bandwagon. But yes, when you look at videos and you're watching the things that happen, they showed a blatant dive that Messi did into the penalty.
Hmm.
He got the penalty kick.
So to get
Everybody is showing it. You even see it when they're doing the rewind of it. It's not. He kicked somebody in the shin. The ref refused to call it a foul, but as soon as something happens to Messi, oh,
so
he gets everything. Yes, if you look on Twitter yourself, I'm not
hmm
the only one saying it. You're seeing this from the own other countries, not just America, all of them.
hmm
It's always been like that with Messi and just with Argentina in general. FIFA favors Argentina. They did it with
mm.
Maradona.
So wait. So wait, stop right there.
Go ahead.
So if what you're saying is true, then maybe the elected officials in these countries need to get involved because if FIFA itself is like you said being biased to one team, then damn it, maybe Trump should have said something
But
because
it's
if
not. It's just there's corruption in all kind of sports. They're all corruption. But my point is, if they're all gonna get, but the thing is, it has to be. Let me say the best way to say this. Not all teams establish, get corrupted with. It seems to be, yes, when you're playing a certain team, you notice the favoritism. You notice the calls that are
mm-hmm,
different. You notice it when you notice it that why does I'm gonna be honest with you. And a
mm-hmm,
lot of people say this. Why
yeah.
does the US when they go into their groups if they start in group stages, they're playing against the easiest teams. They're not ever put in a group with Brazil, Germany, anybody hard.
I don't.
They give them third world country teams that they think
Oh,
that
that's
they're going to
crazy.
decimate. They
That's
do that.
crazy.
And then this is what I'm telling you why they're not good. So when they
Uh-huh.
make it out of the group stages and now they have to actually play against
A good team.
Germany, playing against
They get blown
England,
out.
they get blown out
Yeah,
because
they
now
damn
you're
sure did.
actually testing them against these powerhouses. This
That's
is why.
crazy.
So if they actually maybe started them out and they actually won those groups, then I could be like, oh yes, U.S. men's team is great. But
Listen.
they're not, because the women's U.S. team is amazing. They've won 4 World Cups.
Shout out to the ladies soccer team, man.
And I've seen 2 of them watching Women's World Cup.
Listen, I know out where we stay at, female soccer is a big deal. But I'll say this. Good. So going back to because you're talking about controversy. I mean, listen, I didn't even watch the game, but I didn't have to, because people were losing their minds about Argentina and Egypt. They were losing their mind. They said the game was absolutely diabolical.
It was.
They said it was a non-call. It was a non-call involving a guy named Muhammad.
Hold up. Get it right. Mo Salah. Okay, we don't call him Mohammed. Mo Salah.
Oh,
Another one of my list of husbands on the list. Okay.
Oh, I know you got a couple, man. Listen. You need to be listening. You might as well convert to Islam then. You want all the money?
Convert to nothing. We gonna work this half and half. Okay. There's nothing wrong with Islam, but I like my Christianity. I was born my way. He born his way. The household can work.
So we're gonna get to something, because I know Ruba's like, I don't know what the F they talking about, man.
That's okay.
But we gonna get back to it
and digest, and then we.
Well, I looked a little bit on the video of Messi and of his stepping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, growing up, Messi was a big name. And when
she's younger than me, that's why she's.
Yes, and thinking back, I do remember asking questions about him and if he's a good player. And now that I think about it, they all had bad things to say about him. And I reviewed the video, and that man was cheating. It was a full-on cheat in comparison to the video that I saw with I can't remember. I'm assuming it's the Belgium one, with the guy stepping on someone's foot and he got suspended. I saw that one. That one looked more accidental in comparison to what Messi was doing. And Messi has been playing for a long time. So he knows the workaround on how to quote unquote cheat. And obviously all this stuff is corrupted. Referees are always biased for the most part. But I did see that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go down that, like, I guess, rabbit hole and look into the whole thing, but I will say from that video alone, Messi is such a cheater. Everything's corrupted, man.
Yeah, but don't deny Messi can play. He is talented. Yeah. He is talented. Nobody here is saying that he's not a talented player, but he's very cocky. He's very egotistical. Like
most great players are.
He knows how to get around. He knows that he's not going to get a lot of calls, because you see videos where he's smacking people upside their heads, and when people are arguing about it, he doesn't get a call. There's a lot of bias because Messi is supposed to be the world's greatest player, but that shouldn't be giving him, carte blanche to be able to hurt people, to do things.
You got it. Somebody's got it. See, this is like, if we were to talk about basketball or football, you'll say this, that you'll get checked. But soccer, unfortunately, y'all listen. I'm not saying that there ain't no real ones playing soccer, but it's because since soccer's not that much of a contact sport, you can't get your get backs, because again, it was another combat.
Yes, you can. What you talking about? Yes, you can. When Argentina, look, I remember years ago, Netherlands versus Portugal. Netherlands was out there beating the crap out of Portugal, and I'm talking about physical, hitting them, all this stuff. Portugal got red that, and they started fouling right back. That was the most red cards I've ever seen in a game. They were sending out people four red cards on the Dutch side, 4 red cards over there on the Portugal side. That was the best game I ever saw. So much action, so much fighting. So they can. You just supposed to be looking, because it's a world stage like the Olympics. You're supposed to be more professional. But I'm like, nah, Messi kicked you. You should have went back and kicked Messi, and we gonna fight.
Drop kicked him in his chest, huh? Hit him with the sweet chin music.
and I
All
would have
right.
felt good about myself. I'd
So
take the
let's.
red.
I mean, this. I mean, we've already pretty much discussed this, but
Okay, go ahead.
would you think that? I'm assuming now. You feel was Egypt robbed, or are the fans just emotional after a loss?
No, there was a blatant foul on Mo Salah right after what Messi did, and they even showed it multiple times. And they tried to they argue with the ref. They tried to get him to check the video, and the referee would refuse. But as soon as something happens with Argentina, and they're like, check the video, he stops the game so he can look, takes the goal away from Egypt, and and gives them a penalty. So there was straight biases. They were not being emotional. You
So
can literally look at a thing. Yes,
Yeah,
it's gonna
that
be.
zoom in is it's obvious.
so
Yes,
He knew
was
what he was
you
doing.
can literally, even though they're straight Argentina fans that are like, oh, they're this and that, and because they're all Messi fans, they know. And a lot of the people who are saying that is that you're crying and all this stuff, they barely even don't even understand, you know, the game. They don't understand, soccer. They all just jumped on the Messi bandwagon because he's the popular player. I guarantee half of them don't even know anything about it.
okay. So
But go ahead.
we're gonna move on because we got to get to another point because I've been seeing this aspect of things doing making its rounds, right?
Okay.
And we got to talk about the Argentina fans, man. And because again, like I want to go into the aspect is are certain teams like protected, are big name teams given the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this type of sport? Like that kind of stuff vexes me because again, that I'm like that would make me not want to watch it. If the refs are giving preferential treatment to teams that they like. But
Right.
let's get into the Argentina fans and the racism and the fan culture because there are some serious, accusations like bubbling around involving Argentina supporters. I think FIFA is investigating alleged racist abuse involving one of the biggest streamers on earth, I Show Speed.
Yep.
So
He was being called racial slurs by the Argentina fans because Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have the biggest rivalry,
mhm,
and everybody knows I Show Speed is a big Ronaldo fan, and he
yeah,
was over there in the Argentina thing. So some people were saying something about zoo. So they're referencing about animals, and they did show a woman, and I hope they find that woman, and I hope they bar her for life. You know, saying something in Spanish and talking about going back to the zoo and monkeys or whatever that she said. But I just want to quote this, but I'm not going to sit here and say all Argentinian fans are racist. Some few idiots out there that want to take it too far, think that's cool and funny, but I'm not going to put it on that whole country. But I
mhm,
do believe FIFA needs to handle that. And I know for a fact FIFA has handled it. FIFA has actually during one, I think a Dutch game or whatever country it was, fans were being racist to the other team. FIFA fined the team because of their fans, and they got those people's information, and they banned them for life.
okay, interesting. So let's because again, it's been making its rounds now,
Yeah,
and I've heard that
it's
some of these
terrible.
Argentinas have made some very nasty comments to I Show Speed, even just because he liked another player in a sport, and
Yeah, stupid.
it's actually really stupid, and
Grown adults acting like idiots.
yes, and it sucks because I was just saying that this is a chance for the world to come together and
Mm-hmm.
all different nations and creeds and things like that and so forth. And I haven't heard. Listen, man, listen. Norway, one of the whitest teams in soccer.
Oh,
You know,
Norwegian. Yeah, them
yeah,
Norwegians are off the chain.
yeah, but I haven't heard, at least from what I've been gathering, you hearing these culture conflicts like this where they were talking crazy, about some of the fans that may not look like them. And I'm just surprised if this stuff is true that some of these individuals from Argentina, where they got so comfortable to sit back and use that type of language with damn the fact that he's one of the biggest streamers on earth, you know. But
Just
I
to
mean, I
get
think the two
to a
the two two of
human.
the top two of the top the two of the biggest streamers on earth are black. Kai Cenat
Oh,
and I
Speed.
Show Speed. Okay.
I think it's just more so because the rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo, they chose to do that. Am I going to say everybody that did it is completely racist? No, but they're completely ignorant. And if they are racist, pretty much screw you. But you also got to remember, it's just like in America. Lighter skinned people got to sometimes feel something different towards darker skin. Norway doesn't have that issue because I don't think there's even a lot of black people in Norway. I may be wrong.
No, there's not a lot of black people.
But so they don't really, because they don't even have any black people on their team. Where Netherlands has black people, Switzerland has black people, Sweden has black people. I haven't seen, Norway doesn't.
Argentina has black people too, right? Or am I tripping?
There's some, but I don't think they're on the starting. I don't think they start. I think they come in as,
I mean, for Christ's sake, Japan has a real nigga out there. They got a real brother out there, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, look,
a lot of them have that.
But you're going to goalie.
But just like many things, I think I can't remember the team. The two black guys missed the penalties and they got sent home, and they were stroking out racial terms, and the prime minister, whoever it was, said, absolutely not. He's disgusted, and when he finds out who those people are, they will be getting jail time. I said, woo.
Okay, see, now that's the thing. I don't think people should get locked up for saying stuff.
But remember, cultures are different. They might have zero tolerance. They consider this a hate crime, because I think these weren't just being racist. They were threats to the people.
Okay, if they're threatening, that's different. Yeah.
So he's getting involved, and I can understand that, because every culture is going to have idiots and everything like that. They will. And it's sad that they are bringing in. It's sad that, Speed how to do that. But I think he conducted himself very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think he got himself some great content on that. But I do hope that he's okay and doesn't take that word, those words for heart, and understand that it's probably not coming from all of Argentina, just a few idiots.
So moving on so Rube, your perspective on this, like, how do you feel about some Argentinians, telling I Show Speed, saying he's some type of animal in a zoo? Like, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I just feel like people are crazy. Like, this is all over soccer, right? Is this the drama that's going all over soccer?
Because because he liked was it Ronaldo, and they like Messi, and this just
I remember like growing up, there was a mess between them or whatever. It's the fact that it's still going on. It's still that intense. Like, come on, why are people putting their personal opinions like that for decades?
Well, I used to tell. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
no. I want you to get in there. I don't mean to cut you off. Get in there.
Well, I mean, I'm just barely learning about what is it? I Show Speed. I didn't know who that was until I looked up a picture or whatever. He's young.
He was here.
He's super
he
young.
was here. He was here in where we stay at.
You didn't tell me.
I don't
think go.
No, she wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
I would not allow you to be
Levi's not going to go meet him. He's not going out.
Because I'm not going to let you be out here like a groupie chasing behind some dude in the car.
No, I would just watch him like from afar.
You wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't do that.
The crowds that he has, you wouldn't have, and they are ready to trample people. They are ready to run over you. So
no, I'm not letting you put yourself in that position. That's crazy.
That at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably watch from afar if I were to go, and then I'd regret it afterwards.
It'll be very difficult to get close. But with that being said, I just, I don't understand why people, like, again, you can, like, I come up in a culture where if we can roast you, you know what I mean? We will cook you. Like, why go to the aspect of wanting to try to upset somebody because of something they can't control, like their race? Like, I mean, if you want to cook somebody, cook him why he likes Ronaldo. You can have a good time doing that, et cetera, man. But man, why must you get that emotionally offended to where you want to try to attack somebody on the color of their skin and or their culture and things like that and so forth? I mean, yeah, we
That's
gotta
because at that point they have nothing else to say. I feel like that's when it
yeah.
starts going down to race. It's like because they don't know how to, I guess, in a sense, roast them
Yeah.
appropriately. Like
Just
it
Yeah,
turns to being
ignorance.
personal.
my thing is here's the thing. I'm I'm not well, I'm not gonna go there on this podcast, but I will say this. Listen, you can have a friendly debate where you guys disagree on something and you can think that that person's opinion is absolutely ridiculous and you can sit back and criticize them for X, Y, and Z. You know, I'm not saying be a snowflake, guys. I'm not saying that. I'm glad ISO Speed conducted himself in the way that he did. He didn't crash out, which he could. He's the second. He's one of the biggest names of streaming. He could have crashed out and then paid whatever he needed to pay. He got it like that. You know what I mean? But it's my thing is that just don't allow, because when people like kind of crash out when someone uses what they would consider a racist term, you're just giving it power. You're just giving the word power, and they know that. This is why you'll see trolls online that will sit back here and behind a computer screen start talking reckless, and they want to see you react. You know, um, and just don't give them the satisfaction, man. Because once they realize that it doesn't affect you, you don't really give a damn about it. They'll change it. But the reason that they do that is because they know that it causes frustrations and it boils over emotions and things like that. So I say don't give them the satisfaction, guys. I
You know
mean
what's
that's
I
you know
say
what's
every
my
now and
favorite
then punch
saying?
him in the face. I'm
Oh
sorry.
God,
Go
that's
ahead.
it's completely the opposite of what I
Yeah,
say.
yeah. I knew you was. I knew you was gonna be all soft with it. I'm going with.
Yeah.
Eventually, if they keep going and they go face to face with you, a few of them need a good
well, they're
punch in the
cowards.
throat.
They're not going to go face to face because they're
Oh, some of
cowards.
them will because look at that. You look at them. You see now all over them YouTube channels, and you see them
Oh,
people. They
I
getting
see. Yeah,
bold. And
see,
that's what I'm
though.
talking about. Those people, if they move towards that, or if somebody finally gets bold and they lose their little mind, a quick punch to the throat is good. But yes, most of them are keyboard warriors.
So
They
yeah,
are.
they and I'm Ruby. I really want to hear what you got to
Yes,
say.
go ahead.
But yeah, the reason they do that, and if you notice, they're what are they called? I want to say rage basically. They're nuisance streamers, and they want to get clicks by going out there trying to basically get a rise out of
Oh no,
people.
I'm not. I wasn't
Yeah,
talking about those the idiot racist ones, and then they go call the police after they get smacked
yeah, yeah,
upside
yeah,
the
yeah.
head.
See,
No, I just meant regular people. Those I would never give them a time of day,
I will
except
say
except they kept going. Then maybe I might take a baseball bat and I'll help your clips get real strong with that one
Oh my
see
God.
when you're missing some teeth.
I know some dudes that that a lot of these nuisance streamers kind of get away with because they're in areas to where they can go run for help.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some dudes like, all right, bet, keep doing do your thing, bro, do your thing, and they'll walk off. And then you, like I said, they'll be doing their streaming things like that. And all of a sudden, you have somebody following you home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll figure out where you live. They ain't gonna do nothing then. And I'm again, let me make this clear. I am not subscribing and saying people should go out and be violent. I'm just saying
Of
be
course.
careful who you mess with.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of these dudes, like they are on a different type of time.
They're sick. They're
And then if
dangerous.
someone and when somebody gets their get back, you're not gonna have a lot of people mourning you because you're gonna have a bunch of craziness online of how you were treating people, and some people are gonna be like, you deserve what you get.
Yep.
They're not going to lose any sleep at night over that. Again, treat people how you want to be treated. Go ahead, Rue.
Yes, go ahead, Ruby.
I was just gonna say my favorite saying to all of that was like kill them with kindness because a
Oh
lot of the
Lord.
times,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes I've noticed that could be dangerous too. For example, if they're like giving their heart out, just to get a reaction out of you, and you're like technically still polite to them, some of them actually go crazy. So it could actually backfire too. But that's usually my favorite saying when it's with people who don't really go nuts, I guess. But yeah, even
Gotcha.
then, you still have to be careful.
All right. So moving on, we're going to go to the next. We're going to go to another waffle segment, guys. We're going to talk about one of the. Well, not one of. We're going to talk about the biggest streamer, the world's biggest streamer, Kai Cenat, guys. Kai Cenat is back to streaming allegedly, bro. I don't even follow this dude like that, and I saw on my timeline that he's back to streaming because I do remember a couple of months ago he said he was going to be. Again, I don't even follow him, but because he's so big, his like anything that he does gets so much attention. So I have to see it no matter what, regardless of how I feel. Again, no, I have no issue with Kai Cenat at all. It's just like I'm not really into that kind of content. But with that being said, he allegedly he went on decided to go on a hiatus, give it a get out of streaming for a bit to pursue some other things,
No,
and
he did it for his mental health. He needed a little break.
oh yeah, I thought he I thought he's trying to like pursue some type of like clothing line. I don't know. But anyways,
He may have, but I know a lot of them. What I read, that he said he needed some time for his mental.
I
So,
don't blame
it's a
him.
lot.
Yeah, that's streaming your whole life like that every single day. Like
Every second of your
they know
life.
your shit schedule, bro. Like because you're on your like live all the damn time. But my point
Mm-hmm.
is this: is that so allegedly right now he's back with another streamer university. I mean,
Yes, he is.
he charges. And look, I don't knock the hustle, with Streamer University, I'm assuming I don't really follow this guy. So y'all listen, chat, y'all gotta be, take what I'm saying, understanding that I'm very ignorant on this. I'm just kind of giving what I kind of know about it. So just, give me a break here. Allegedly he's charging people $3,000 for the application or to be a part of it, and you have to pay for your own
What?
flight, right?
I've never
So
heard of that.
No, that's not what
I
I heard.
I never heard of that.
I got right here. So I'm glad you asked. So this is from, make sure I have the credit correct here. So it says this is from Daily Loud, I think. Let me go back and listen. It says Kai Cenat goes live and announces that new updates for Streaming University 2 says every student that was accepted is required to pay $3,000 entry fee and must book their own flights. Everything else will be taken care of. Be prepared for this. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. That was a quote, I guess, from him. So again, if this is true, I don't know if it's true, but if this is true, I don't knock the hustle. But that lets me know that Streaming University is not for small content creators. It's for people that have probably pretty much already have an audience, which is, I guess, is fine. They'd already have an audience and already are kind of have some motion out there. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is. So well, before I go any further, let me ask you, Rube, I'm gonna go to you. Are you a fan of Kai Cenat?
No, I don't
Why?
want this to sound like bad. I have no
No,
issues with
speak your
him, but
mind.
it's just
Come on.
like he's just very annoying to me. I think he just goes over the top because I've seen he was collabing with one of the YouTubers that I watch, and it kind of just ruined my perspective on the YouTuber that I was watching just because he was so over the top. And I guess I can see how he gets viewers like that, right? People like that drama and all that, but me personally, I find him a little bit annoying, but I can see why he puts up that facade of being a loud person.
Yeah, some people are saying it's a lie and it's not true. So again, if
Yeah,
it's not true,
I
then
read everything I'm reading. I think he was just causing problems if he made it, but I think Streamer University is completely free.
gotcha. So I mean, let me ask you, listen, we're streaming right now. Should we go to Streaming University?
I was gonna
Would y'all
ask
go?
why didn't we sign up or anything like that? I read it was free.
No.
If it's free, I mean, is Kai building a real entertainment institution here, guys? I mean, listen, I don't knock the hustle, man. Like again, if he's building and he's putting people on, man, listen, do your thing, my man, do your thing. And again, if that's not true, that's not true. It is what it gets. Either way, to me, if he was charging $3,000, I mean, to me, that's not egregious. Like dudes, like charge like $1,000 for courses and all kind of stuff like that. So I mean, listen, get the bag how you can, man. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Do your thing. With that said, who do you think would be a better teacher, guys? Do you think Kai Cenat, I Show Speed, or Drewski? Who do you think would be a better teacher for Streamer University?
Hell no,
Whose class
Drewski.
would you want to be in? Let's just say that. Whose class would you want to be in? If we were in Streamer University, we went to Streamer University. Whose class you want to be in? Kai? I show a Drew.
I'm gonna be biased in there. I'm always gonna support my other fellow Haitians, so I'm going with Kai.
Okay, okay. What about you, Rube? I already know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
I know. I definitely choose Drewski. Yeah,
Listen, you know what? I will say the same thing. I got to go with Drew.
yeah.
And it's
I
just
Oh Lord.
go ahead.
I was gonna say I barely started learning about iShow Speed, so I don't necessarily know how he like works and stuff like that. So I can't really say a fair comparison there with iShow Speed. But Drewski, do you see how successful this man is? And
Yeah,
I kind of did a little bit of research, and he worked his butt off, and he's still working his butt off. And you can tell just how much work he's actually put into it. So I would definitely choose Drewski because of his like drive.
I could
I
say the
think.
same for Kai.
Yeah, I can say the
Yeah,
same
Kai
thing for
Cenat.
Sky and Speed, man.
All three of them,
This
yeah.
the amount of effort that it takes, and again, that's why I said when Kai took his leave of absence, like like I would not blame him for not coming back because I mean he's set for life. At least if he manages his money well, he's set for life. But my point is this: it's like yeah, like, it takes a lot of like it takes a whole lot to be able to be a full-time streamer like that, man. And you absolutely not go insane. Like these a lot of streamers fall off because they lose their mind. They lose their literally. I'm not even being funny. They lose their fucking mind. Okay, they go crazy. They crash out on their chat. They go nuts. You know what I'm saying? And they end up destroying their career. You know, so I like to be again. The competition is fierce. The competition is fierce. And you know what's so crazy? When I was looking this stuff up, I thought Pokimane was one of the top streamers. No, it's these two brothers. And I was surprised
Well, that's
because
because Pokimane really just stays in her room, and iShow Speed, Kai, they're everywhere. They're in the U-Haul streams. They're doing all these crazy type of things. So I think that's why she's a top probably in your house kind of streamer, but going out in real life, those two.
do they ever do? I know Kai and ISO Speed have, yeah, even Juicy. They've all done collabs together.
Oh yeah, they do a lot. Like even with, like I said, my YouTuber that I was watching, he's small. Never would have I thought that I'd know about Kai because of that, of him collabing with him, right? Like they just
Mhm.
come in out of nowhere, collabing with all kinds of YouTubers or streamers.
So let me ask you a question. Do you guys think that like streamers are replacing traditional celebrities?
For me,
I mean,
personally, I mean, for me, I would say, for me personally, no, but for the world, yes. If I could be like Angelina Jolie, and these people today would look at me like, who? If I say, like you say, if I say Kai Cenat, oh yeah, 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 and like my
I'm
students, if
trying to
I were
tell
to
you.
literally say Tom Holland, they're gonna look at me, and then I'll have to go Spider Man. But
Ooh,
if I
ooh,
say,
ooh. Who do you
you
think
know,
I mean to cut you off, but who do you think would be able to have more pull? Kai Cenat or Tom?
Tom is just really good at his job. I think that's why he still has that pull.
what do you mean by pull for
So like
yes?
like for example, if Tom Holland was walking down the streets, let's say of I don't know, let's say Florida, walking down the streets of Florida, who do you think would get more pull? Like who do you think would draw more of a crowd? Tom Holland or Kai Cenat?
Probably, unfortunately, it's gonna be Kai Cenat because, like I said,
Woo!
most people are not gonna really realize who Tom Holland is. One, because he's very private. You don't hear much of him outside of the movies that he's in. Kai's very loud, you know, very seen. Most people spend more times watching streamers than they do movies, I think, these days. But if somebody were to go, there goes Spider Man, the kid who plays Spider Man, maybe all the kids would run towards him and leave. But I still think Kai,
Yeah,
because
if
they
they're
don't know
okay.
these people, these names. You have to literally say, there goes the guy who plays Thor, to get these kids to actually know who the heck these people are. Where if
So if
Ice literally just said, there goes Ty Lil, there goes Ice Show Speed, there goes Drewski, my
yeah,
elementary kids be looking like the meerkats that popped up in the opening of Lion King. Their head pop up and just turn.
so let me ask you a question. If this was the Tallahassee Mall, right, or the Governor Square Mall, because I don't know if Tallahassee Mall still exists. Um, let's say that Drewski was coming down one aisle, and Zendaya was coming down another aisle.
Oh, we're going
Zendaya
to
is pretty
Zendaya.
popular.
We're going to Zendaya.
So you think I'm not gonna hold? I think Drewski might be able to pull more.
I don't know. Zendaya, most people watch Disney. Most people were grown up Disney fans, and a lot of people today, they were watching Shake It Up. They were watching her shows, and she got a lot of fans with Euphoria.
I'm
And
pretty
the
sure
fact, and the
She
fact,
has
you
she
know,
go ahead.
has I
go
was gonna
ahead.
say, I've been like looking her up and stuff recently, and she has a lot of hate because of how good she is. Versus Drewski. Drewski like really doesn't have that much haters.
Well, females are gonna have hate, especially when one, you're successful. Two, you're with the man that everybody wants. I'm talking about older women and women that they want Tom Holland because she's married to him now. But I still think, because people are still going to crowd around her, whether they're going to be screaming her name for respect or for hate, because that's just how sick people are. I won't
Well,
go running up to somebody I don't like, but those people will. Just
well,
to
I
be just to be you're trash. You're did that because people got no sense. And they'll make sure they're filming it so they can be like, I told Zendaya that she's trash. But I would
so
say a lot of the younger people will, because yes, I was saying that certain people might know who Drewski is, but there's a lot more kids that know who Zendaya is.
I think because the reason I would say Drewski is because Drewski's in the algorithm harder than Zendaya is. I'm going to say
Yeah, he
But
why.
is.
Because
Zendaya's more private, like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
sure, that's what I'm saying. Because she knows she does film and things like that. She's not on social media where that the she's not in the circle. She's big. She has a huge name. She's super successful. Like you said, Angelina Jolie. But Drewski's hitting that algorithm. And like
He's
and she is
everywhere.
and Drewski's
But
causing controversy and everything else. Like when
Yep.
he dressed up as Charlie Kirk's wife and did that skit, or when he also was coming at the British brothers, the British black guys for getting these black American roles. Yeah, Drewski is in the algorithm. Like I think he has, in my opinion, has more pull because he's just in the algorithm. The man
But
was
the
just did
thing
the
is, you
BET
gotta also remember
Awards.
children, because there are not gonna be a lot of kids in that Idruski's algorithm. So they might be tied lock and lock because children know who Zendaya is. We talk about in our sit and at the mall,
He's
governor, and all that stuff. The
mhm.
kid, it's gonna. I think it could possibly be equal because she has
I
a
I
strong
don't
fan
think
base of
so.
children. I don't think there. If I went to a lot of people now, if I asked them who Drewski is, they're gonna look. I'm not saying I'm talking certain people. I'm talking certain demographics, certain age. I personally think, just my opinion, I think it'll be equal, if not, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have not known who Drewski was.
I'm
I
going to
did not know who Drewski was.
I'm
I
going to
would have
do
never known who he was.
I'm gonna let Ruby give her point. I'm just gonna make this one point. You know why I think more people go to Drewski?
Why?
Because Drewski is more reachable. And what I mean by that, Drewski is known for bringing just people on and putting them on. Zendaya's not. So if anything, if anything, people are going to go to Drewski so they can try to get some type of influence from him. You're not getting anything from Zendaya. Nothing. So I think that Drewski would just have the majority just off that alone. But go ahead, Rube.
Yeah, I mean that's another good point. I was gonna disagree with Aisha with the kids thing because if we were in a different like generation and stuff like that, I would agree. But nowadays, these kids, even in elementary, they have tablets, they have phones. They're growing. They're being forced to grow in this like social media world. So a lot of kids, way younger, I feel like would know Drewski more than Zendaya. And also, these newer kids aren't going to be focused on movies, like you said. They're going to be focused on streamers. So I would say Drewski would
Because they
have more
seem
posts. Yeah, he would have
They
more
seem
pull
attainable.
even with kids nowadays. It's because we're in a whole different generation. We're in a whole different age of like social media and stuff like that. So I think for sure he would have more pulls. But Levi also had a good point with that too.
And even because if they even if they're not, they feel more attainable than Zendaya. Zendaya is an A-list actress, okay, who commands probably 20 million a film, and who has bodyguards and everything else like that. And Drewski has bodyguards too. But my point is that Drewski seems more relatable than Zendaya. And especially when I'm going to my next question, when it comes to the aspect of is streaming a real career path? Or is it a lottery ticket? I mean, like a lot of these kids, when they're asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I want to be a streamer. They don't want to be an engineer. They don't want to be they don't want to be a scientist. They don't want to fucking be a astronaut, a heart surgeon. They don't want to be none of that. They want to be Kai Cenat. They want to be iShowSpeed. They want to be Alinity. Okay, they want to be streamers. So, and again, that's why I said it's just. People, I think these kids feel like it's more attainable than being a A-list actress. And Daya busted her ass as a kid from Disney, doing her thing. And again, remember, she was a kid at Disney, and people that followed them, they grew up. They grew up too. And they would probably be, in my opinion, they would probably be like, oh my God, starstruck. Let me make this clear. As for me, I mean, I'm just going to be real with y'all. I don't got no fans, and I'm not a fan of nobody. Okay? I
don't believe that.
Okay, first of all, I'll talk to you later. Anyways, but I like there's no celebrity that I could see that I'm going to go goo goo gaga for. They put their pants on the same way I do every morning, one leg at a time, baby. So I just, you got more money, it is what it is. You got more fame, so forth, it is what it is. But I will never sit back. This is what, for example, I've never been to a concert. And the reason I'm going to a concert because I just don't I'm not moved like that. Now, again, I've been, if someone invited me and so forth, I might go for like enjoying the time with my friends, but I'm not going because, oh my God, the artist or the entertainer is going to make me melt. No, I'm not going to be screaming up their name. I'm not going to be doing none of that. I'm not going to be Luke from the OC screaming, Rudy, Rudy. I'm not doing that. I'm not, I'm not going to, let me
I can see you doing that, but.
Ruby, let's not assassinate my character. Okay. Let's not do that. I know you would, but let's not assassinate my character.
I wouldn't. I mean, I would go to a concert. Like, it has to be someone, for example, music. I love music, and it would have to be an artist that I know like almost 95% of their songs. Then I feel like it's worth it. But I'm not going just to be like, oh, let me see if he will notice me and I'll melt. No, it's not.
If you were at my house and we were chilling, and all of a sudden there was a knock at the door, and NF was at the door, okay, and I invited that dude over. All right, listen, I would have to get a mop, okay?
No. Well, NF is different because I respect his wife because I follow his wife, and his wife is a social content creator.
Mm-hmm.
And I know their story. So I, as a person, I literally can't. I love NF, but I can't see him like that. I can't drool over him. There is another artist that I could probably, but because I learned the hard way. Went to his concert, and it was it wasn't a regular concert. He's not like a big time artist, right? And this is where I was just like, you know what? I would never do this, but this man looked at me, and I was like, okay, I need to stop, But
I've actually, when I had went to California for my film, I don't want to put too much information. I want to dox myself, but when I went to California for my film thing, I went to the club and got to see celebrities like that are known actors and actresses that were at the club with us because we were giving the tickets that we brought, which were like a couple $1,000s. We were able to get into the VIP booth where the celebrities were. And those individuals, I'm like, I had a drink, and my guy that went with me, he had a drink as well. And and we saw this like, yo, is that? Oh, that's so and so. Oh, snap, that's so and so. Okay, okay. We went about our business. I didn't go try to get an autograph. I didn't go try to get a picture. None of that shit. Didn't care. I said, oh, that's dope. They're out here, blah, 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 blah. Music's playing. We went ahead and kept doing our thing. So, nah, man, I just, the only person, there was a time I thought that I may do some stuff like that only for like Eminem. But even now, like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not. But anyways, to my point, well, before I go any further, Aisha, is there any like artist or celebrity that you would, like drool over?
Man, I mention people all the time. Once again, you don't listen to me.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was already thinking of all the
She's a
things she
Hemsworth.
was
Yeah,
doing.
she's a Hemsworth.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, there's a lot. Hemsworth, Jason Momoa, Roman Reigns. Should I continue down the list of all the?
What about the Rock, Dwayne Johnson?
Calm down. He can get out. He can get the hell out of my face.
Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Ain't nobody important to me. I'm talking about real people, okay?
Wild.
I'm talking about real. I'm talking about real sexiness. Shamar Moore. Okay.
No, I shall have to disagree.
Boris Kojo, you can stay quiet over there. You can disagree into your head. Okay. I want to hear know that you think that big chin man is. Okay. No. And you better not be disagreeing on any of the men I'm listing. Some of them are too old for you. You don't know them. Back to that Boris Kojo, okay?
Yeah, she don't know who that is. She don't know who Shamar Moore is.
Shamar Moore, no, let the beautiful body men, okay? Tay Diggs, okay? There is just some goddesses.
You talking about our boy? Talking about our boy he in our group chat, because I was told that he was the T-Town Tay Diggs.
Who?
The darkest nigga in our group. He's bald. Why you suck your teeth like that? I heard that.
He looks nothing like Tay Diggs.
That's crazy. The T-Town Tay Diggs. You can ask him. You can ask him.
I will send a message in the group. Matter of fact, because I know he ain't doing that. He better be up.
He better be up, because he blowing my phone up with nonsense. So he better be up. Absolutely. While she's looking that up, man.
Are you the dark skinned?
No, this say, are you the Tallahassee Tay Diggs?
No, are you the dark skinned? I got this. Tallahassee version. And who said you were? You better not be your big headed cousin.
That was worded perfect.
I need to give him that name.
Cousin. Bam. Send.
So since we're there, so let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all worried at all about the kids growing up to not really want to get into positions that are going to help to keep the infrastructure rolling of our society, and wanting to sit back and be popular, be famous?
No.
Showing their whole life on stream?
No.
Like, so for example, what's the guy's name? I see clips of this stuff all the time. I think his name is Dean the Great. I think his name is so he has a stream going on. It's very popular. He's another very popular streamer, and I think his cousin is a famous boxer, Adrian Broner. And every time I see a clip, man, it's a clip of Adrian Broner doing something insane, like. Are you talking
about the guy that's next to him, that's always with him?
Yes, that's the box. He's out of shape now, but he used to be like a professional boxer, and he was pretty good.
The Great Dean, or whatever the person you're calling, that's his name.
Yeah, Dean the Great, I think his name is.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I turn it off all the time. Stupid crap.
Yeah, so he it's just like I see stuff like him, like his like Adrian Broner, his cousin. I guess they're related something. But anyways, they're on every stream now, and I know they're milking this, but I just feel like it's a really bad look.
Yes.
When that's your cousin and he's acting like that, especially around those women and things like that and so forth. And I'm like, man, Millions of people are watching this, not just black folks, and they're seeing this type of behavior, bro. And it's like, man, like I just it just it kind of pushes stereotypes that I hate.
Yeah.
It pushes stereotypes that I hate. And again, shout out to Dean. No shade to Dean or anything like that, man. I have no issue with the brother or anything like that. I'm saying, man, when I see that type of stuff, and I know he be trying to check him and Ray J be trying to check him and
But they
things
don't
like
check
that.
him hard enough.
No, exactly.
They don't take the drink from
Take
him.
the camera, cut the cameras off, bro.
Yeah,
cut
they
the
let him run.
cameras.
The cameras are on. You have to do everything. You let him disrespect you. You let him disrespect women. He let him disrespect that girl. I saw the video of it.
Amber Rose was on there one time.
Yeah, Amber Rose. Yeah, and there was another girl. I saw little clips of that. I turned it off. I was like, this is not interesting. This is not what I spend my... I mean, I don't watch streamers in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch clips, but I won't literally. But that's not a channel.
Yeah. I see. That's how I know, because I see the clips come on my timeline. Yeah.
I won't sit there and spend my time, hours of the day watching. I'm sorry, a drunken idiot sit there and be disrespectful and rude and doing all that, and then trying to get into streamer university, and then when you got denied, acting an idiot and go hit the bottle and then start running at your mouth.
Yeah,
doing that. It's not funny. It's not cute.
I mean, look, no. Again, he's all respect to Dean. He's trying to get the bag. I get it and so forth. But I just like when I see, because again, I know who Adrian Broner was when he was the boxer, bro. Like he was that dude. And to see the fall from grace, man, it's just kind of, man. And like when I saw him, and again, it was a clip. I don't know all the context from the clip. He looked like he allegedly hit some girl on her booty when she got up. And the girl was saying she's never been objectified like that in her life. And again, here's the thing. Even if it was like a whole skit and it's fake and everything else like that, like people are looking at this and not taking that as a skit. They're looking at it as this is a real representation of how we act when we're together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And again, it's not just us. We got nuisance streamers like, what's the white boy that got popular with this walking down, like, and then pushing,
Doherty,
running?
But his behind is failing.
Yeah, just this goofy stuff, you know? So now he's trying to, I guess, create, a buzz by slapping people and all kind of. And my point is, it's just, going back to the crux of my point is that when it comes to the aspect of kids being like, yo, this is what I want to do, bro. I don't want to contribute to society. I just want to, make nuisance streams. Like, have people out here acting crazy. If I can get the goofiest craziness, chaos taking place, that's just what it is. And that's what I want to do. So I don't know.
About it. That's what parents are supposed to be there for. People.
Well, the parents
like
looking at the money.
But parents need I will say this. My students would say the same thing, and I would let them know flat out that it's not necessarily going to happen. You need to have a backup plan, and I gave them all the things. I showed them that some people can do this forever. It doesn't mean that you'll make money, and I go out of my way to make sure that I'm giving them classes that shows different kind of things. And now I have students talking about, I want to do this. I like science. I like this. I want to do this. I want to go to college for this. So we got to continue doing that. So I'm not necessarily worried. And I mean, even if that's what they're trying to do, they'll get the reality check, unfortunately, and they'll learn that it's not going to be everything. You're not going to look at somebody and you might not become the next I Show Speed. You may not be the next Kai Cenat, because the way the world is going, people got bills.
Yeah.
And you're going to need to work.
So moving on to another point in our discussion, because this is something that's been going on and it is actually pretty big, man, especially to people like us that are gamers. Like, the gaming infrastructure is really bending at the seams. So I'm gonna let you guys know that, and you guys are probably already aware of this. PlayStation. Actually, let me preface my statement by saying this. Sony. I've been a fan of Sony since the PlayStation 1. When it came to the console wars, Xbox versus PlayStation, like or like Nintendo's Dreamcast, Sega Dreamcast, and the PlayStation. Like I was a PlayStation guy. I've always been an advocate of Sony because Sony seemed to make better games. Sony had Final Fantasy. Okay. Sony was that deal. And Sony seemed to be for the consumer. And so I've been a fan of them all. I had all the systems, been a fan of them all my life. But now Sony just announced that in 2028 that it will end the physical games. They're no longer going to be making discs. Because everything's going to be digital. And we've touched on this, chat. I think we touched on this a couple of weeks ago. That but now it's official because we touched on it because of Grand Theft Auto. But now it's official. Sony is literally coming out and saying, "Hey, we're done making hard copies of games. Everything's going to be digital." And I hope my guests give me a second to kind of get this off my chest. I hear a lot of people. First of all, a lot of people are upset, and rightfully so. And as a person that does have a lot of digital games, I understand the importance of a hard copy for a game. I understand the importance. And again, it's a form of control. Me and Hams are even talking about this. And Aisha saw me in the chat, like this laying shit out, about why I think this is insane. And it's because of the fact that you're taking what you want to do. You want to create a monopoly. You want to take complete control away from the gamers. For example, if a person buys your game, and they beat it and they're done with it and they want to either trade it in and sell it to get some money or some of their money back or give it to a friend, they can't do that. Sony controls it. So if your buddy wants to play it, they have to buy the full price of the game. And PSN, Sony doesn't even have to I don't know how often Sony does discounts for their digital releases. Probably very rarely, especially compared to Steam. I think it's a way of controlling the masses and forcing people that if they want to play this game, they got to come buy it from us. And again, if you do something we don't like, we can take away your ability to play. We can suspend your account or suspend you from playing in that game, even though you paid $70 for it. This happens to people, and to be fair, this happens to people playing Call of Duty or any other type of competitive games. I don't want them, cheating, but there's a lot of situations that one of them happened to my brother where he was playing Call of Duty with us. And were you there, Ruby, for this?
Yeah, I was there. It was insane because it was a situation where he was complaining. He's like, I don't know why I'm not that good. And it was as soon as he was getting all his kills, he just got banned.
Yeah, he got banned just like that. And they said it was because he's cheating and there's no way to sit back and resolve it. So right there, for a game he paid $70 for, he's not able to access anymore. And Sony is getting basically trashed, and as they should. They're getting absolutely trashed. They were trying to announce Spider-Man Brand New Day, and they said, we don't want to hear that shit, Sony. Bring back our disc. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm dead serious. They have been community noted almost 20 times. It's crazy.
There's petitions out there too
I'm
about it.
Right people are sign it. Let me go put my name on this petition.
Yeah, people are canceling their subscriptions. They're really trying to stop it at this point. And I was researching a little bit to see if Sony had any response to it all, and they really didn't. They're just pretty much saying that they're ignoring everything because things are moving to this digital direction, so that they're just gonna keep pushing it till 2028.
All right, and then they're gonna realize when it hits them hard.
Well, here's the thing, and this is where it gets even more insidious. So let me show you how deep this is, gang. So the people were trying to revolt the only way they knew how. They started canceling their PSN subscriptions. Started canceling them en masse because that's one way that we can hurt Sony's pockets immediately. Cancel your subscriptions.
I already know what you're gonna say.
And when they did that, you know what Sony did? Sony started sending out discount codes. Hey, please come back. Are you sure you want to cancel? If you re-sign right now, we'll give you 3 months for 50% off.
Weak behind people. Weak.
Yes. And there's guys this is too good of a deal to pass up. And I'm like, but again, this is why we can't have nice things. But I understand. But my whole thing is this. And again, they base it on what you've spent in the past. Some people got 30%, some people got 50%. Some people even got like 30%. From my understanding, some people got 30% off for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, they're because what they're doing for their investors, they want to make sure that because investors see like their numbers drop for PSN, that's going to shake them
Good.
because they're like, because again, they're like, what's going on, what's going on, is this going to hurt our bottom line, et cetera, et cetera. So Sony is trying. Here's the thing: if Sony, and that's just it's not just Sony. Let me make it very clear because a lot of companies want to get away from disc because the cost of printing the disc and printing the game on a disc. And the bigger these games get, the more disc you got to use, right? So let's say Grand Theft Auto was like 300 gigs, like might be 6 discs or something crazy like that. I don't know. But my point is this: it
So,
costs
and
money.
us people that want to get it, we will get it. And we will sit there
Hmm.
with our 5 days of downloading and we will be okay.
Yes. And the thing about it is, and this is where it bothers me the most, like the consumer doesn't see the benefit from that. They're just saying we're going to get rid of all this, but we're still going to charge you 70 now, even now, maybe $80 for a game, for a digital game. We're not seeing any of the cost that you're saving from no longer printing disc. None of it. None of it. Okay. It's not about whether you can afford it or not. It's about what's right and what's fair. Okay. Yes, I know there's people like this. There's, and I say this respectfully. No, actually, I say it disrespectfully. There's dumbasses out there that if Sony said, I'm going to start selling games for $300, you got stupid mofos that will say, oh, well, I can afford to do it. I'll do it because I can afford to do it. That's dumb. It's stupid. These people are the bane of the gaming existence. Okay, this is why we can't have nice things. This is why gaming has become so monopolized by fucking loot boxes and micro transaction people into oblivion. They don't care. It's not about whether you can afford it or not. But some of these people, they can't see the forest through the trees, man. They can't see the forest through the trees. So with that being said, let me start with Aisha this time. Are you going to be
Mm-hmm.
getting the PS6 when it come out?
Absolutely not. Because if it's just
Okay.
going to be digital, what I get, and I can play everything on my PS5, and I'm not paying $1,000 for it. I
Okay.
read that thing. I don't think good. I don't even know if I'm gonna continue with PlayStation with this non-digital thing. I'm not. I'm definitely not happy with that at
So,
all. I've been nothing but I like my physicals. I like to have the collection. I
mhm.
like I like to be able, like you said, to be able to just go and take the games and I can go play it when I go on vacation, anytime, even if it's an old game, when they no longer make the things for it and it's, backwards compatible. I like to be able to do that. I'm not
Mhm.
about to repay for all those games for in a digital form and like you said, and at a full price at that.
And that's one of the reasons. Let me get the Ruby too, but this is why Stadia failed, because Stadia thought that they can sit back and charge people full price for games that they already own, just to be able to stream it on the cloud. Like no, no, you got. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, so Rube, this because I know you don't own a PS6, so this question is for you.
What happened?
If you can't resell, if you can't lend it, if you can't preserve it, do you really own it?
No, because it's like you said, it's all a level, like a form of control, right? It's like, for example, like all the Steam games, right? That I barely started gaming, and the games that I have on Steam, I know it's most likely not gonna happen, but if there ever came a day where they're like, hey, we're gonna take all the games you just bought, then I would be devastated. I'd be so angry. But and let me just say this on the PlayStation thing. I obviously when it comes to PlayStation, I loved PlayStation. As soon as PlayStation 4 came around, that's when subscription really started. And I had so much hate when they started that just because I was just like, I know how subscriptions work, right? And I told myself since the PS4, I said, I am not going to support PlayStation anymore because I
Mm,
figured that they were gonna continue and start getting sneaky, and that's when the computer games started coming out and stuff like that. I obviously see more pros gaming on a PC than like PlayStation. But yes, as soon as PS4 came out, which is kind of sad because you guys have no idea how in love I was with PlayStation. The first one, the second one, and the third one was my absolute favorite. So it did hurt to make that decision when the PS4 came out. So if for whatever reason I invested in PS4 and PS5, now with PS6, I would not. I would do the same thing all over again. And it hurts because I love PlayStation. But I do not blame anyone who's trying to, fight for this. But man, these people for Sony, it's so sneaky. Because, like you said, the whole giving people discounts and stuff like that, that blows my mind because a lot of people are going to fall for that. And even getting a discount, it's not even for life. So it's not worth it. These people need to wake up and help all these people trying to sign this petition and all that. So I hope it goes in a better direction.
Absolutely, absolutely. With that, guys, I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight, man. This was a very good podcast, guys, and I appreciate it. I feel like I've been gone for so long, but I'm happy to be with you guys. I really am. Appreciate you guys coming out. Chat. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for, coming here and taking the time to listen to us rant about chaos and confusion. We're here to entertain the best we can. Aisha,
All
take
right,
us
make
away.
sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. All right.
All right, Rube, what you got for us?
And make sure to join us on our gaming streams on Friday. And I will miss y'all when I'm on vacation.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
She ain't
All
thinking
right,
about us.
guys.
Stop.
Until
I said.
oh my goodness.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Guys.
No, I'll miss you guys. Aisha, if it was Aisha.
All righty, all righty. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for coming, and we're out.